He didn't expect your hand to feel like that. Not rough, not angry, just different. It came down slowly, touched his chest, and moved him away, gently, like he didn't belong there anymore. He had already decided where to sit before you even noticed him. Close, not on you, not asking for anything, just close enough to feel the warmth of your leg through the fabric. Close enough to hear your breathing change when you looked at the glowing screen in your hand. That was always enough. He adjusted himself once, curling his tail tighter so it wouldn't brush against you. He remembered the last time it did. You had shifted slightly, and he learned from that. So this time he was careful, still, quiet, waiting without looking like he was waiting. Your hand came down without warning. Not fast, not harsh, but it didn't land the way it usually did. It didn't rest. It didn't stay. It pressed, a small, steady pressure against his chest, then a push, just enough to move him a few inches away. Hey, not now. Your voice wasn't loud, it wasn't sharp, but it didn't sound like the voice he knew when you said his name. He blinked once, then again. His body moved back automatically, paws adjusting to where the floor felt colder. He didn't resist, he never did, but he didn't understand right away either, because nothing else had changed. You were still there. The room smelled the same. Your heartbeat, faint and steady, was still just within reach, but now there was space between you. A small space. It felt bigger than the room. He stayed where you placed him. That part was important. If he moved back too quickly, maybe the hand would come again. So he stayed. Still. Quiet. Watching you from the corner of his eye but not turning his head fully. He had learned that too. Looking too directly sometimes made you shift. So he watched in pieces. A minute passed, or maybe less. Time didn't feel the same anymore. He lifted one paw slowly, then set it down again closer to his body this time. Tighter, smaller, as if he could take up less space just by deciding to. You laughed at something on your screen, a short breath of sound, familiar. He felt his tail move before he could stop it. Just once, a soft thump against the floor, then he froze, waiting, listening. The hand didn't come back, but it didn't reach for him either. He tried something new. Carefully, he leaned forward, not all the way, just enough so the warmth returned to the edge of his fur. He didn't touch you, he hovered there, close but not close enough to be moved again. This distance, it felt safer. Uncertain, but safer. Another minute, or maybe less. He lowered his head to the floor, but he didn't rest it fully. His neck stayed tense, ready, listening for shifts, for movement, for that hand. Before he would have sighed here, a soft exhale, his body melting into the ground, trusting the moment to hold. But now the sigh didn't come. It stayed somewhere inside him, unfinished. Your leg moved slightly. He flinched. Just a small movement, almost invisible, but inside, something pulled back quickly, like a door closing before it could be seen. He remembered other times, not clearly, just fragments. Your hand scratching behind his ear, the way you used to pull him closer without thinking, the weight of your arm resting across his back. Those moments didn't feel far away, but they didn't feel connected to now either, like they belonged to a different version of you, or maybe a different version of him. He shifted again, but this time he moved further away. Not much, just enough that if your hand came down again, it wouldn't reach him, not without you leaning, not without you choosing to. That part mattered. He didn't know why, but it did. You didn't notice. Your breathing stayed even. Your eyes stayed on the screen. The world continued, unchanged. He watched your hand instead. The same hand, resting now, still, quiet, like nothing had happened. For a moment he thought about moving closer again, testing it. Maybe it was just that one time. Maybe he had been in the wrong spot. Maybe he misunderstood. He lifted himself slightly, paused, waited. Then slowly he lowered back down, further away than before. Something had shifted, not loudly, not clearly, but enough. The next time you reached for him, later that night, your fingers brushing lightly against his back, he didn't move closer, he didn't lean into it, he stayed where he was, still, polite, accepting, but not returning. You might have thought he was sleepy, or calm, or just comfortable, but he wasn't measuring comfort anymore. He was measuring distance, learning it, keeping it. And when you stood up to leave the room, he didn't follow right away. Not like he used to. He waited a second longer than usual, then another, listening to your footsteps fade just a little more before he got up. Not because he didn't want to follow, but because now he wasn't sure how close he was supposed to be. So he chose a new place, not too far, not too near, somewhere in between. And he stayed there, quiet, still, watching you, without getting in the way again.